heck? That's fine.
We live.
Is you live, whore?
Okay, now we ain't got listen. We ain't got time for Kylie to be trying to sue us for saying they shit
Look,
now.
I know she ain't got that trademark, not yet.
So
Not
what's
yet.
going on, everybody? It's Hump Day.
Ooh, it is.
It's Hump Day. I'm pretty sure Jamar has been liking a lot of humps on his Instagram because I've seen
You are
on
right there with me too. Okay, don't sit here and pretend you ain't been liking half naked pictures and ass on Instagram. Don't pretend now.
When have you seen me do that?
Okay, so now I'm gonna have to collect screenshots because the girls are trying to act brand new,
First
but
of
it's
all, this ain't even about us tonight. This ain't even about
okay
us tonight. This
because
ain't
we.
about us tonight. We're here for another episode of the Prelude tonight. Since I'm not going to give him the satisfaction. This is another episode. This is your boy Scotty by nature,
Jabari for.
and tonight we have a special guest coming in tonight from one of your favorite web series, LGBT web series that's out right now. G Status ATL Hustle. We have singer slash reality star. I in the building. Everybody's baby.
What's up, y'all? What's going on?
What's going on?
Ow, thank you
Um,
for coming,
of course, I'm delighted to be here. Thank you all for having me.
baby. We are so excited because y'all, we have
Uh-oh.
questions that need answers.
Oh my God.
We're going to learn a lot about Mr. Ike tonight, should he be willing to share. So make sure y'all go and support him on all his platforms. Make sure y'all engage with us in the chat. We want to see what y'all have to say as well.
Oh, trust
Oh,
and believe me, he's gonna be honest because I told him before we went live that he needs to be all the way honest about every goddamn thing. We ain't here to
He,
sugarcoat nothing.
he told me
We
just
want
like that. So I'm here. Like, I'm an open book. Everybody know. Like, I lead with honesty. All I got is the facts. So it's cool.
we love to see it.
we love to see it, okay? Because like, let me tell you something. Tramel, as much as people don't want to admit it, he kind of set the bar up for these type of interviews with y'all cast.
Oh,
Like he kind of set the bar because he didn't hold back a goddamn thing.
so I got
And
some
look,
shit.
on and off air. Help.
Wow.
I listen
Even after the interview was over, it kept going.
Oh my
and
God.
going.
Wow. So that's big shoes to fill. Okay.
But you're
Yes, it
fine.
is.
I got faith.
I didn't listen. I didn't think that Tremel was gonna be that honest, but he
Yeah.
was. He
Yeah,
was.
people don't know that side of Tremel. Tremel is really like tell it like it is. You know what I'm saying? So that may not translate all the time on the show, but that's him. Straight to the point. Get to it.
I liked him better after the interview, to be honest, because I
Mm,
didn't have much, you know, it's like I didn't dislike him, but I didn't really care at the same time. So it was like in the middle. But
yeah,
after the interview, I'm like,
yeah.
oh, okay,
I
he
understand that. A lot of people feel like that about me, so I get it.
All right. You ready to get started, sir?
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna start off real easy, real introduction type T. So tell us, what's your name, where you're from, and how you sort of stumbled upon the platform of G Status.
Definitely. Well, I am Ike. I go by the name of Ike. I'm from Louisiana, from a very small town. It's called Donaldsonville, like 7,000 people. Everybody know everybody. Grew up there, born in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, but raised in Donaldsonville.
Mhm.
Uh, Went to college. I am a college dropout, proud college dropout. But I dropped out because I wanted to pursue my music, and Louisiana is not the place for, entertainment. So packed my bags in 2015 and moved to Atlanta. I've been here now 5 years. How I stumbled upon the show, I was a fan of season one. Like, I loved it. You know what I'm saying? In my downtime, in my 9 to 5, I will watch season one. Fell in love with Charlie, fell in love with Akeem, and I was like, I could use this to kind of expand my brand for my music, my side company. So maybe I should give it a shot. So I auditioned, and here I am today on the Scotty by Nature TV channel, celebrating 10 years. Congratulations, by the way. And I'm with Jamar 84, so I'm doing good.
That's awesome. I was telling Ike backstage that I was catching up on the Chasing Atlanta series, and I saw a familiar face in the background of one of Cameron's modeling or styling events. I'm like, oh, I know him.
Yeah, that's the thing. I've been around, but not really on the scene as much. Like I said, Cameron, we're friends, and I went to his fashion show. And I just want to say something too. I want to thank y'all for leaning into G Status. Like what y'all do is hard work. Like you say, like you're gonna be balanced and chasing Atlanta. I'm sure y'all doing Real Hot Boys of Houston. Whenever we come out with another episode, you're doing G Status. You got it. So it's a lot of hard work. I appreciate y'all making space for us.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well,
Because
thank you for that because people act like they don't understand. They so focused on if we're reading them on a review or something like that. They're focused on that. They're not focused on the fact that we do have jobs to do as well as our own 9 to 5s, and then we gotta
hello,
come home, all of this and edit it and all of the other stuff. So
Yeah,
thank you for being appreciative of that.
for
Because we really
sure.
don't be doing no harm. We just here to entertain.
Right.
some people do, but just not us.
I get good vibes from y'all. I love y'all chemistry.
Hey,
Yeah,
look, we appreciate it, man. We appreciate it.
Of course.
yes,
Um,
we do.
but I think that on the show, oh, go ahead, Scotty.
Oh, no. Go ahead. Because I was going to ask him something as far as like dealing with his singing. But
Oh
I'll
yeah,
wait.
finish that. Finish that. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Because okay, so we all know that you are, because we all know that you are a singer. We know that you sing, and I want to know. I think you said it on the show, but whenever I see someone singing, I always want to know where their inspiration come from, what other artists they look to for their sound, or what artists made them want to sing, or what is their musical background that brought them to that place, and what would you define your sound as, if you can
Love that.
elaborate?
Love that. A lot of interviewers didn't ask that because we usually focus on the scandals of G Status, but I
Oh, we'll
would
get there.
say I would say musically my influence. I would say my biggest influence today is Trey Songz. I remember when
Okay.
he came out in 2005. I was really kind of figuring out that I could sing, and I wanted to do it. So I saw this dude, brown skin, straight backs, braided, you know what I'm saying, big clothing, and who had this sultry voice. And at the time, I look in the mirror and I kind of, saw brown skin, straight backs. I used to wear big clothing as well. So, and he came out
Me
with
too.
Just Gotta Make It. So I was listening to the words and I was like, man, this is how I feel now that I know that I could actually sing a little bit. So I got to know everything about him. And to this day, I say Trey Songz gave me the audacity to dream again. And following his artistry made me want to be like the biggest thing in music. Other than that, as far as my vocal style, my mom kind of influenced her style of music that she loved, kind of influenced me because all she listened to was like 70s and 80s music. So she would listen to Teddy Pendergrass, Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, the Gap Band, the Stylistics, and I would kind of mimic their sound. So I think that's where that soulfulness and that kind of gospel-like style comes from when I sing.
Hmm. Okay.
I definitely knew Trey Songz was an influence the moment he opened his mouth at that
Wow.
event. I'm like, yeah. Yeah. And what I thought you were going to mention, somebody else who you kind of remind me of, I don't know why it just came to me, was like Charlie Wilson, because my mom was a really big Charlie fan, still is to this day, and just like that sort of smoothness to him, and his approach to R&B music kind of reminded me of you at the same time. So I was like, well, maybe he likes Charlie as well, but it's like, okay, maybe not. That's
That's
just
a
me.
big compliment. Yeah, no, that's a big compliment. I never really followed his artistry. I was a fan of the Gap Band as
Right.
a group, but yeah, I love Charlie Wilson. So that's a compliment. Thank you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I, as much as because I said this on Ike's Live, and he said he almost blocked me. Was that the last?
What was it?
I was like, I was such a big fan of Trey Songz. I was all with him, and then after Ready, I fell. I know. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but for me. I had to give his new album a listen.
Oh, it's great.
Okay, so you wasn't really digging him after Ready?
It felt like every album that succeeded it was not up to Reddy's level
Oh,
to me.
okay, I get it.
I was like, oh, I just keep going back to Reddy. Just keep going back to Reddy.
Yeah, that I will say that's a tough act to follow. That was a huge album. That's really one of his best commercial albums, and I do agree it's a tough. And I will say after Ready, mainstream wise, I feel like he became an acquired taste. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if you were a fan of him and let's see, I don't know, because his album cuts. I don't know. I be trying. It's hard for me to give my opinion because I'm such a fan. You know what I'm saying? I'm like a diehard fan, but I can get what you're saying. Like kind of being on the outside of being just a diehard fan. I could kind of see how he kind of leveled out instead of continuing to go higher after Ready.
Yeah, I guess because Ready was a big album and you're expecting a bit more from
Yeah,
next. It's kind of
right.
like with Usher and Confessions. Like Confessions was so big, so huge, but then you come out with Here I Stand, and it's like,
Not
Okay, I don't want to give Here I Stand too much because it did have Moving Mountains, which is one of my favorite Usher songs.
It's a good band.
horrible.
However,
Oh my God, not
shut
horrible.
I mean, the album as a whole, yes. But I think also after Ready came out, the industry changed a lot. Like that sound was starting to sort of die out, and that was like the surgence of like the pop, dance, electro,
Trap soul,
sound.
EDM.
Yeah, that's when all that started happening. I know Rihanna started doing it. Britney came out with that album. The Black Eyed Peas were getting really, really big again with like Boom Boom Pow at the time.
Chris
So
Brown.
there was no room for R&B crooning, which is why like Usher's like
Wait, I lost you on sound.
because
Oh, there we go.
can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, you bet.
Yeah.
I'm on Do Not Disturb, and they only allow people from my favorites, and my mom just tried to call me. So
Oh, mom.
Let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb right now because I know somebody.
and she's gonna be like, "Why you never answer my phone call?" That's why I'm busy. I'm doing stuff.
I'm doing stuff, mama.
I'll call her back. I'll call her back. But that's good. We're definitely gonna get more into the music. So for your own music, newest single, "Wish You Were Here." Tell us about it.
Wish You Were Here. Wish You Were Here was actually written from a very real place. You know what I'm saying? I lived through it. I would say it was one of my most serious relationships that I had. Didn't take the breakup too well. You know, I had problems understanding that it was over and moving on past that point. So of course, I had to kind of channel that energy creatively. And it was like 10 songs that came to my head, but I think the biggest thought in my mind after the breakup was, I wish you were still here. You know what I'm saying? So every word in the song kind of emulates how I felt at the time. And I think it did good because a lot of people were able to relate to it, like the universal message of it. When I put it out, it ended up going number 99 on the iTunes R&B Top 200 charts. And I didn't understand that because I didn't have a big following. But I think it just caught on because somebody who lost their grandmother reached out to me and said it resonated with them. Somebody whose friend moved to another state for college. Somebody fiance who lost their fiance. They split up with their fiance. So it was a universal message, and I appreciated that as well. So yeah, that's my song. I like that song.
Well, y'all make sure y'all go and stream this song, child. And I'm curious to know, like, whenever new artists come out with like that sort of old school bluesy sound of the past, as opposed to like sort of the more modern version, like what made you go that route as opposed to like one of the more modern sounds of R&B?
Very good question. I think it was the instrumentation of the actual the beat. When I heard the beat, the music, like it had that classic signature guitar that we hear in old school music. And instantly I was like, damn, I want this to sound like Teddy Pendergrass. I want the harmonies to sound like the Pips, Gladys Knight's group. So I just kind of tapped into it. I was listening over and over, seeing what melodies could come to my head. And then it was just like, I wish you were here. And it was so soulful. Then I let the chorus of it kind of guide those verses. And then I came strong. So it was my love for 70s music, wanting people to connect with the message by feeling the soul in it. So I think I did a good job in translating that.
I think so as well. She'd be blowing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Were you gonna say something, Scotty? I thought
no. Saying yes, he does, because I'm gonna keep it there, because people gonna swear I'm being shady, so I'm gonna keep it there.
Uh-oh.
You know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna say it. Because a lot of these people that be on these shows and they say they can sing, they can't.
Well,
so.
I mean, if the message hits you, let it touch and agree with your spirit. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you for that compliment. Thank you.
Okay. So let's see. I want to get into the mess. It's not really the mess. No, this isn't the mess yet. This isn't the mess yet. Because I think that Ike had a great part in playing in the overall storyline of the show, where he sort of introduced the idea of pansexualism in an LGBT space, where we're normally just, looking for, big dicks and fat asses. So,
oh my God.
Tell us a little bit. That sounded horrible, but you know what? It's the truth. Tell us a little bit more about your experience with pansexualism, how you sort of came about to that conclusion.
You know what? To me, I'm not attached to it as a label.
Okay.
Let me ask you this: how many times do you hear the word pansexual just living, like on a day-to-day basis in your experience? Do you ever hear that? Never, right?
Not really.
Okay, keep that in mind as you're watching the show. Right. So keep that in mind. But if I had to put a label to what I'm interested in, I guess it would be pansexual. You know what I'm saying? I don't look at a person's gender. I like to say that my religion is love. I believe on loving people based on their character. So anything that moves, if it has a wig on, if it is bald, you know what I'm saying? If I'm able to come in contact with it and I'm drawn to the spirit and the character, the nature of it, then it is what it is. I don't feel like people should be discriminated against because they are androgynous, because they're having a trans experience. I'm just a ball of love. That's how I was raised. So I think that in me growing up, getting older, getting more mature, I see right through that. If I'm attracted to it, I'm attracted to it.
And I think that's really, really important because, we, especially in like Black gay community, we put masculinity on such a high pedestal. And if you don't have snapback, deep voice, muscle-headed, trade, sagging, all of that business, then you're just seen as
right.
Got it.
Sell drugs.
That
hood nigga. Why the hood niggas?
A hood boy, soldier, destiny. All these messages are put out there where they kind of
don't put your makeup on, and when you take it off, come lay down.
Okay, we love to see it. We love to see it.
Like feminine boys sometimes.
Yeah, they make the world go round.
Shut up, Jamar.
Uh-oh. I love this best friend vibe that y'all got. I just love it.
I wasn't even gonna say nothing.
Yes, you were. Yes, you were. Yes, you were.
Okay, I was, but you didn't have to say that.
Okay.
Just let me leave.
I want to stop you before you even said anything.
That's.
But I know you're gonna. I know you're gonna say something anyway, though. I know you're gonna say it anyway. I'm waiting. Go ahead and say it.
I'm not. Proceed.
You're just trying to prove a point, but that's fine.
We love each other, I swear.
I could tell.
So, with your exploration of your sexuality, have you discussed this with your family? Do they have any sort of feelings about it?
No. So not out to my family. I can't. Here's it. Well, look, I came out to my mom in June. What is this? This is October. Came out to my mom in June officially.
Oh, mere months ago.
Yeah. I kind of use the show as a vehicle to help me do that, because it's a conversation that I've always just wanted to have with her. But I knew by putting myself out here and the promo dropping and me having to market the show, I was like, damn, I got cousins who follow me, I got church members who follow me. So I was like, I'm gonna have to say something. So it's crazy, because when the promo dropped, I think it was 6/20/20, yes, I called my mom, and I was just like, hey, I got to tell you something. And it was a rocky conversation at first, but by the end of the conversation, she was calling me a champion, apologizing that I never felt safe to reveal that to her. And she told me she loved me and she understood, and hey, you're my son. So yeah, as far as my other family, like uncles, aunts, and they don't really know that.
Do you care to let them know about that, or you just, or was your mother and father? Well, I don't know about father, but mother knowing is more important to you than anybody else.
Once I told my mom, that was like that was it. You know what I'm saying? Then I started posting more shit. I feel like a lot of barriers came down. Like I would kind of prevent myself from posting certain things on social media. But once I told my mom, as y'all can see, I've been posting, marketing for the show, and so I don't care if my family knows. Like I think she's gonna have a conversation with a couple of my uncles, but I feel like my biggest goal has been accomplished.
Well, I think, well, you know what? I can totally understand where you're coming from, because when I came out, and this was before I even knew who Jamar was, when I came out, I actually came out to my mom twice. I don't know why she didn't get the picture the first damn time when I told her that I like men. She didn't get it the first time. I came out to her, and because she kept asking, and I kept lying, saying no. But at this point, I have kissed a man.
Yes.
I have done, I hadn't lost my virginity to bitch. Stop. I had
Uh-oh.
not lost my virginity to a man, but I had, an encounter with a man at this point. So
Yeah.
when my mother asked, one of these, shut up. When my mother asked, I was like, okay, yeah. Oh, and she made it all about, parents. Oh, what did I go wrong? Blah, 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 blah. And it
Yeah.
was like, okay, good. But then 2 years later, she come and asked me again. And at this point, I have lost my virginity. I've been fucking a
He's like, okay,
man.
I'm
So
out
what
here.
do you
is
think?
it over?
Like, I'm like, I've been fucking a man. Like, what are you saying? So at this point, I'm gay at this point. I've been fucking a man. Like,
Yeah.
I've lost my virginity at this point. So what you asking me for? So when she
Right.
asked me again, I'm like, I thought we had this conversation like 2 years ago. I told you I was into dudes 2 years ago. I can't believe you. How?
She might have thought it was a phase and that it was just going, die down. They always do, right?
Baby,
Yeah.
once I fucked that man, it was over.
I, with with my mom, she was in such denial because as a early teenager, like preteen going to teenage, I used to wear like my white t-shirts backwards on my head like a wig. I had
Yes.
her I had her tied in a ponytail. Okay. Where
Yes.
And I had her literally go by. There was like a Halloween pumpkin mask or something that had like long synthetic yaki hair in the back, and I wanted that mask so I could have that wig.
I feel you. I
And
feel
she let me have it too. She let me have it. She would not. She was telling me to snatch it off when my dad would come over. When my dad would come home. And the one time I fell asleep in her bed with it on, and my dad found me, child.
Oh my God.
Wonder
I
what the
bet he
heck.
acted a fool. He acted a fool then.
Lord have mercy. But when it came down to it, when she found the way she found out is that I went on a school trip with my high school group that I was in, and I left my laptop open with my Facebook Messenger open.
Oh.
And I was gone for the whole weekend, and like I was on the freeway, and then it hit me right then, like it was too late.
It was too late.
It was too late. I was
the damage
already
had been done.
I couldn't even come up with an excuse real quick to go back home because I was already gonna be late. I was gonna be gone for the whole weekend, so I was just there, just wondering, just dreading, waiting for a phone call. It was a mess, but
but it always kind of works itself out. Like today, everything good, right?
Oh yeah, this is good now. She's asking me for makeup tips now.
See, there we go.
But here you go.
I'm curious to know what was in the messages that you left open.
So back to the interview with our special.
It's something I just answered it without
If
answering.
you can't tell us about the encounter, we can't know about these messages, okay?
I got my dick sucked by a man for the first time. That was the encounter.
Okay, so you remember when you used to take nudes on digital cameras?
Oh, never mind. I'm done.
You asked. I tried to tell you. I tried to tell you to mind your business, but you kept asking. So I gave you what you wanted.
You wanted to know what I had to say too, so let's not act like
And did.
bitch.
See, that's how you treat me. Just
It's
This
love.
ain't about us. This is about Ike, sweetheart.
This is true. This is true. So
Time for the myth, I guess.
I don't think it's too much mess, but this is just a question that I've wondered. Some of the fans that are talking have wondered. Abby in the chat has wondered this as well that we talked about. So, oh God, somebody just walked to the house. Are you currently in a relationship?
Hey, Abby in the chat. I can't see the chat. Can I see the chat while I'm on here? No, right?
You can, but the way that it works on the phone is tricky.
Yeah.
Then if I look at the chat, it sometimes prevents me from coming back to the
Right.
video view. So I have my laptop up with the chat open.
Gotcha.
That's how I look at it.
I'm scared to look at the chat. But to answer your question, hi, Abby. I'm almost in a relationship.
Almost in a relationship.
What is almost in a
Can you
relationship?
share with whom?
Can I share with whom? Right now, I am dating Lando King. You may have seen him on the on G Status ATL.
Woo, child! Woo!
We got the confirmation.
Oh, did y'all suspect? Was it a suspicion?
I mean, not really, but it was kind of like 1 + 1 is 2, but you never actually said 1 + 1 is 2.
And you know why? Because I think what it is, a part of it is that is not connected to this show. You know what I'm saying? It's like you see Ike on the show. Ike goes on a date with Tremaine. Ike compliments Redrick in confessional, saying he's beautiful. Our guy lies and said that Ike is in his DMs. And then Ike is dating Lando. No. Ike is friends with Lando outside of the show. Ike has been knowing Lando a year and a half and decided a few months ago to get to know him on another level. So it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's real life. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm getting to know Lando, and we are. I'm happy. I'm very, very happy.
I saw he just slid that part in there. I don't know if y'all caught that, but
what did I say? Did I say something wrong?
What did he say?
I missed it.
So what he said was, well, he just slid in there like anybody hear him say that. You said that our guy lied?
That's how I heard it.
He kind of cushioned it with some other stuff, but he kind of just slid that in there on the low.
That's that cancer shade. That's that cancer shade. I know all about that cancer shade.
Hashtag cancer shade. I'm taking that with me. So
that's that cancer shade.
So is it a lie? Now here's the thing. We have DMs. It's friendly homegirl type banter. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy because don't you think by now a DM would have surfaced? You know what I'm saying? If you bring some shit like that to the show, and it's so much going on outside of the show, that like after that episode, let me show y'all. You know what I'm saying? I would have posted shit. If somebody was in my DM and I made that my storyline that somebody was in my DM, it should be easy to show. But notice how y'all haven't seen a DM. And what I love about it, and I'm itching for it because on the next episode, I give my phone to Tremel to see. I give my phone to Divine to see. I give my phone to somebody else on another episode, probably the one after that, to see, and it'll just be 7. So it's not a lie that I'm in his DM. The lie is what he's insinuating why I'm in there. Like, I wish I could show y'all. Right? Damn. Okay, cool.
He had posted just something about, it wasn't even like a DM. It was more like just a text conversation. Like when y'all, when two people first exchange numbers, like, hey, this is such and such, this is such and such. Hey, how you doing? Did you make it home or whatever? And he was saying something about like Poppy, or he said he looked beautiful or something. And
who said he looked beautiful? who said he looked beautiful?
I swear that was the blue text coming from you.
Oh no, baby, we're gonna have to. I don't know why I didn't come.
No, now I could have sworn I saw. Maybe it was like a comment under a picture, maybe.
I'm gonna tell you what you saw. You saw him calling me handsome in his text messages. That's what you saw. You saw handsome and him calling me Poppy. But what he ended up screenshotting was a comment that said, "Damn, cuz you fine as fuck, cuz." Let me explain that. During G Status's first round of promo, when we were supposed to come out, do y'all remember that? You know what I'm saying? Like
this fall, it ended up becoming the next summer.
Right. So
right.
During that time when we you know, the very first time we were supposed to come out, this is when ain't nobody got no beef, it's no scandals, everybody getting along, people who ain't never been on a show before, we happy, we meeting each other, everybody's getting along, you know what I'm saying? So that week, when we posted the promo, every single person who posted a promo, I was in their comments. Like Tremel posted something, I was like, okay, sexy team Tremel. Divine posted something, I was like, yes, chocolate team Divine. You know what I'm saying? Shirai posted something, I was under it. Because we hyping each other up, we all happy to be on a damn platform. He posted something, I was like, damn, cuz you fine as fuck, cuz. Team R guy, I put that on there. So it's just like, this is a story, and it's so tired. Because if that was the last bitch on the planet, I still would not. Like, come on now. And I hate, yeah.
Damn.
It ain't that. It never was that. I never gave this girl. You know what else? I think he ended up posting the part of our text conversation where I said the word baby. I'm from Louisiana. We call everybody baby. We call everybody love. We call everybody sweet pea, my love. That's why I posted screenshots of me and every Charlie, December, Sherrod, Redrick, Tremaine, just everybody. Like, why nobody else thought Ike was flirting with them?
I mean, I'm from Mississippi, and I say baby all the time. Like, if Jamar texts me something, I'll probably text back and be like, baby, listen, I'm gonna call you later. Like, I use that word all the time. Like,
come on, man.
And sometimes I use it when I don't know, I can't remember your name.
That,
hey baby, how you doing?
right? What's up, baby? Hey, my baby. Yeah, it ain't that. It wasn't that. And you're gonna hear people call this girl delusional when they take my phone. Next episode.
Oh, and you know what, John?
Easy comment.
We don't know. John don't even know, child.
It's like we got to do like tweet and send a red eye to know when the episode coming out.
Right. I'm over here doing voodoo, hoping that you know.
I'm hearing that he might just make whatever the next episode, the last episode, and then just start editing the finale when they tape it.
Really?
Maybe. I could be lying. I don't know.
Or the person that's been saying it could be lying. Don't say you lying.
Uh-oh.
That true. That could be true as well. But I'm thinking like if it isn't, and you about to film the finale now, like it's you know telling when the finale will come out. Christmas? Like
If that happened, then it's like Ike ain't did shit but give people compliments. Cause like y'all ain't saw none of my events. Y'all ain't saw me go to Houston. Y'all didn't see my side launch event. Y'all didn't see me at Sneaker Summit. Y'all didn't see my launch, right? Y'all didn't see, it's just so many things that I did, and it's just like, does this nigga even sing? Does he do anything with his music, or does he just call everybody beautiful and go on dates? What does he do? So I don't know.
They do got you looking like a cast member hopper. Like it make it look like, oh, I want to talk to this one. I want to talk to that one. I want to talk to this one. That one, this one, this one. Like that's how they got you. They got you looking like you love it when they call you Big Papa. That's what they got you looking like.
It's ridiculous. And you know, in a sense, because of the whole pansexual thing, you know what I'm saying? At one point, it was like, okay, well, we want you to be the poster child for pansexual because it's a great message in the community. I agree with that. So that's why you'll see me in confessionals with my hair long now, still saying, oh, Redrick is very beautiful. Redrick is there, he's pretty. You know what I'm saying? I get it. So do you think if I led this boy on or was on any type of fuckboy shit, would I be in my confessionals with long hair now, still kind of playing into, oh, she's beautiful? No, why? That would just be it's like digging my own grave.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
I mean, it is crazy how they tried to edit it. It was like, okay, 1 minute he's dating Tramel, then now he's like calling Redrick beautiful, and they've been talking off camera, and our guy says, oh, he's been in my DMs too, and so they just created this narrative that like, oh, he's smashing the crew or whatever that damn.
I'm smashing the crew, and guess what? Interested in nobody. And the crazy part is, here's the crazy part. Just even for the sake of the show, right? Y'all saw Tramel asked me out, right?
True.
Yeah, Tramel asked me out, and people don't know this, but Redrick got my number from production. And if Jot ever shows that deleted footage from after Akeem's barbecue when we went up to the hotel room that they had reserved, our guy put his number in my phone. And if you see my reaction, it's clear that I did not know he was going to do that. I didn't know what the fuck he wanted my phone. I gave you my phone, not my number. I didn't know if you wanted to see if they had games, that you got games in your phone. I didn't know what you was on. So it's just crazy. But Ike is a hoe and everything else, right?
You know what?
Nobody.
Since you said that, there's something for me to piggyback off of. How do you feel about the portrayal that they got of you? Like, okay, from the beginning, we know that Ike is a singer. He's from Louisiana, yada, yada, yada. You know, cool person. He's a Cancer, whatever. But then as we get into the rest of the season, it's this whole Big Papa persona that they give. And now we're seeing you as, you know, I got shit, I had it in my head. I'm sorry. But it's like they got you looking like you just here to try to talk to whoever you choose to. Like they make you looking like a homie hopper. Like I'm hopping from this one, I'm hopping from that one. You know, I got enough to feed the needy type of shit. That's how they got you looking.
Right.
So how do you feel about this Big Papa portrayal that G Status has you in? Because they got you looking like a sled.
Yeah. Right. So at first, I'm not gonna lie. At first, I was so shocked, and I was kind of bothered by it. I was letting it get to me because that's when I was, introduced to you all as reviewers as well. And I remember one time Evie was like, "Well, like I think when the super trailer had dropped, she was like, were you calling people out for calling you a hoe when you doing hoe type shit?" And I'm like, oh my God, these people really thinking I'm a hoe by this damn trailer, right? But as the show continued and as we started doing confessionals, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get a chance to actually clean this shit up. As people start to follow me on Instagram and see me on interviews and platforms such as, y'all, and me on on my own live. Like I get to clean it up, and so I always knew that I was going to get a chance to clean the shit up. But at first, I was very bothered by it because I'm like, I don't want this shit attached to me, following me outside, you know, as my reputation. But honestly, that's why I went on this show as Ike and not as Array, because in my musical career, my stage name is Array. So not saying that it can't follow me, but I was very strategic in kind of separating the two. So I'm cool with it. The truth is gonna always come out. I'm gonna always stand on the facts and lead with honesty. So at the end of the day, I will have the last laugh. That's why I'm ready for this reunion next Saturday. Is it next Saturday?
It is next Saturday.
Next Saturday. Let's do it.
Baby. You sound so excited and elated. Like, I need you to calm down, actually. Yes, you.
I just don't know how many people gonna be there, and you know, I'm really germophobic at this point. So.
Oh yeah, and you know what I heard? I think it's 100 seats.
I mean, I have my mask, I have my gloves, my hand sanitizer, my Clorox. I got everything I need. To be honest, we gonna make it right.
Can't wait to see y'all.
Oh, you will. You'll see. You'll see us. Hopefully, depending on what goes on in between that time frame. See, but we'll be there.
Glad to hear that.
I'm really excited.
Yeah.
So let's dive into, since we talked about his portrayal, the Redrick situation, on whether or not you were asking him on a date or whether he just used the word date and just threw it in himself.
Because that's the question that I must have. Like, we want to know, did you ask him on a date, or was he telling you I was going on a date? Which one is it?
Let me ask you a question. Did you hear me say date?
The word didn't leave your lips, but to play devil's advocate, if somebody came up to me and was like, hey, you do this, I like to do this, you know, we could go and enjoy. Because when you talk about going and like making music together, that's some intimate ass shit.
Is it?
To me,
make music together.
To me, it would be, at least in the way that it would be presented, especially after you've already like called him beautiful, this, that, and the fourth. I think there was like a.
Did I call him beautiful, or did I say in my confessionals to you all that he is beautiful?
Oh, so you didn't say that out loud?
Have you seen that?
Well, I mean, we don't get to see everything.
but on the show though, have you seen me do that? Let me say this before going on. How I met Redrick got, like I said, got my number from production. Let me paint the picture. It's gonna be brief. And got my number, and I told the production assistant, yeah, it's okay if he calls me. First phone conversation ever. I answered my phone. I was on my way to the gym. I remember it like it was yesterday. Hey, love, this is Redrick. How you doing? I'm like, good. How you doing? I'm good. So I heard that you've been saying I'm beautiful and that I'm pretty. So I just called to see what's up. So, and he's so sweet. He's so sweet. And I was like, well, baby, that is what's up. You know, I do think you're beautiful. You are very pretty. I didn't mean it in a way that, you know, to take it like I'm interested in pursuing you. You know, unfortunately, I just got out of a relationship, so I'm not in the headspace to do that with anyone. Mm-hmm. First phone conversation, really first 10 minutes of the conversation. Never did anything to this man to have to lead him on into thinking that I would do something like that. I'm not a fuckboy. I was literally hurt last year. Like, I literally was hurt, going through some shit. But what we did discuss, I will say this, we did discuss, because he mentioned that it's hard to find a boy in the community that's interested in androgynous boys that put wig on and put makeup on. So that was thrilling. You know what I'm saying? And that's when we started talking about the whole pansexual thing. Is this something that you would want to do? You know, but bring to the table and we could kind of talk about that. I said, I would love that. So guess what he said? He said, well, maybe we could go on a date. And I was like, no, I can't go on a date. This is why. Because I went on a date with Tremel. So I can't go on a date with you. But we can go and eat and meet up and link and talk about how, you know, they are pansexuals. And if you're coming across a dude who would discriminate based on that, then that ain't the dude for you. I was ready to go get the bite to eat. But it just, okay, I'm not going to spoil it, but bite to eat. No, so listen, that explains why that was an awkward scene. Because when she said, oh, so you should take me on a date? Now I'm awkward as fuck. I remember a lot of reviews was like, Ike was really awkward in that scene. I was awkward because she took the production route and kind of forsake our friendship. Because I had already told you I was interested in going on a date because I don't want them to portray me like this. So for you to say date, now that threw me off my guard. So I hope that kind of brings clarity to the situation.
Okay, so basically, you never intended on going on a date with Redrick. It's just that he decided to take the production route and say, "Are you taking me out on a date?" Even though we already had a discussion about me not taking you out on a date, but you decided to wait till the cameras come on and say you're gonna take me on a date. That's basically what you're saying.
Yes, I blatantly said this. I said we cannot go on a date because of how where it was going. Ho this, I could ho. So I'm like, I'm definitely not going on another date because they're gonna say I'm trying to date everybody on the damn show. Well, we could have the discussion. Let's link up, go to karaoke or some shit. Woo. I'm fired up now.
It's so. How did you feel like watching that scene between like Redrick, Devon, and our guy? All of them talking about like, oh well, he said he was gonna take me to go eat something. I ain't heard nothing from him yet. It's been like 2 weeks, and our guy's like, well, he been in my DMs too. And Devon is like, oh, like what's the, you know?
Betrayed. When I tell you I felt betrayed, but I had an idea. Because it's in a sense that I guess when it comes to this production thing and this storyline thing, I hate using that word, but it's like it's gonna be either me or him. And I guess he don't want to look stupid. You know what I'm saying? But I was very shocked because from that point, that first conversation me and Richard had, we actually built a friendship. You know what I'm saying? We would hang with each other on set. We would talk. Like we would be on FaceTime for hours talking about aspirations, why he moved here, his upbringing in Arkansas, how he went to Athens. I know a lot of stuff about him because we were legitimately friends. So when this shit played out, I was like, wow, that's the route you take, the production route? I was very surprised at that.
Sure. Because I was like, this is an interesting narrative. I mean, because of the way they did spin it, it was kind of like, okay, he may be thinking about, you know, pursuing you. He's not really that serious, but if you wanted to, it's cool. But the whole our guy thing, I'm like, I didn't get that he was pursuing you. Like I got what you talk about, like being the raised in the South and calling everybody that sort of pet name. We used it today in the DMs, literally an hour ago.
Me and you, right? Listen, we gonna always use it.
Literally an hour ago.
We gonna always use it.
So yeah, and then when y'all would just read each other in y'all story, I'm just like, child.
It wasn't even. My thing is, like, she want to do this back and forth reality thing. I could tell that the bitch wants to be a reality star. I'm not taking that away from you. I get it, but I'm not built like that, so I'm not gonna do too much back and forth.
You came with you did come with those receipts though. He was like, I used it with this person, this person, this person.
Right.
That's it. So either I'm flirting with everybody, or I ain't flirting with nobody. And it's just crazy. Like I said, nobody else ever even hinted like, oh, Ike is flirting with me. Nah, you just a bitch who ain't never been shown that type of attention probably in your life, and you thirsty for that. Yeah, I don't know. Never happened, never will, never would.
Which one thirsty? Both of them?
No, not Rachel. I'm just saying our guy, and I don't mean thirsty in the sense like sexually thirsty, but girl, you thirsty for attention. Like what you will bring this to the show as a storyline. Ike is in my DMs, bitch. Where are the DMs?
You know what this reminds me? You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the Real Housewives of Atlanta when Candy had this thing at her house and Demetria was on there, Jamar, and she was dating Roger Bob.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, she was dating Roger Bob, and one of Candy's friends came along. She was like, "I dated him too." It's like that's what everybody's saying. Everybody's saying it about Ike. He was in my inbox too.
Right.
Yeah,
But
he
girl,
was in my inbox too.
calm down.
He took me out for lobster too. He called me baby too. He called me sweetheart as well. Oh, he called me sweetheart too? Yes, he asked me out for a drink too. You know.
He running through the clique. He running through our clique. But when they got so you ain't gonna run through our clique, bitch. No, I'm not because I'm not interested in none of y'all asses. You right. You right about that. Whichever one said that, you right.
Damn.
I'm damn sure not.
Damn.
Be careful, baby.
Lord, something done fell over, child. This is real raw and in color. Amen.
Man, look.
It's all right.
Great.
Oh, the preview. I was interested because the preview of the next episode seems as though we're gonna see you kind of like puff out your chest a little bit.
Yeah, because you've been pretty nice and sweet like Smarties all season. But now you finna give us a little bit of what I tell Abby last night, give us a little bit of WWF, WCW type of energy right now. You're giving us that world championship Undertaker energy right now. You've
Undertaker.
been you've been sweeter than the Twix these last couple of episodes. Now you finna sour it up now.
Right.
So
The whole
yeah.
show. The whole show I've been sweet. But I'm that type of person though, because the crazy thing is, before any of that shit, me and Argyle were really cool. We had hung out, me, him, Charlie, and Redrick hung out twice outside of cameras. I was at Brandon Chaos's birthday party, like playing Twister, dominoes, Connect Four, eating, drinking, smoking. Our birthdays are a day apart. Like we were literally cool. He would throw my socks on his Instagram, supporting, let me know if you got something. So when I'm thinking I'm cool with a person, and then I'm divine.
Mhm.
Wait, can I say this yet? Yeah, yeah. So yeah. And I hear you call me a hoe. I gotta ask you about it. And I
That's
got crazy.
true. You do.
I went crazy. Y'all ain't even seen it yet. That's the great. Like y'all ain't seen it.
I gotta see because you was like anybody these hoes or something, and our guy was like, "Who you calling a hoe?" And I'm like, "Well, whoever called me a bitch or something. Who all these bitches, something like that."
Mm.
Outside of whatever function it was.
Yes, it's gonna be a crazy. That's gonna be a crazy episode. Ugh, I'm not
Did
ready.
you attend a slum? Was it a slumber party or some sort of pajama party that Roman threw later in the season?
I did not attend that party. Roman and I had a bit of a Oh, y'all didn't get to see that yet.
Entanglement.
No, not entanglement. That wasn't me.
Look, they already trying to make him look like he got enough entanglements
Right.
right now on this
Yeah,
show.
add
So
him
we
to the list. I was in his DMs too, everybody. No, but me and Roman, Roman didn't like me.
wow. Why?
Really? Did
This
he
is my,
say that, or did he just his actions?
he had never said it to me. He had said it to other people. I'm trying to see what I can say. Um, okay, so you see the disagreement with him and Tremel. You know, you kind of see that that's going to happen, right?
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
Ramel
So,
told us the whole
Yeah,
team
Tramiel told us
oh,
about it on the last interview,
that's
child.
right.
Trust
I did
me.
see that.
didn't give a fuck about. Can I say anything? Just said it.
Wow. So here's the thing: I had never met Roman. Me and Roman had never had a conversation before. I never knew him. Never knew. Did I go out? Am I still here?
Mm-hmm. We
Okay.
see
Never
him.
knew him at all. But I think he might have thought that when him and Tremel were um, conversing, he might have thought that I was in the picture as well. So
Oh,
I think, yeah, because of that, it was like, okay, well, I don't care for Ike, but you're gonna see us. Yeah, you'll see. You'll
I
see
remember now.
something.
I just connected those dots.
Yeah. So no, I wasn't there.
That's so stupid. That's okay. I want to see how they're gonna play that out because I want to see what goes on with that because that's crazy what Jamel told us.
It'll be interesting.
Listen. Okay, so the next thing we're going to ask is involving Delicious. Now, we already know that this was this big old to-do, big scandal earlier this season with Delicious using the N-word, saying that she was going to lynch people, even though she said she didn't know what the fuck lynch means, even though I feel like that's a lie. However, did she ever say the N-word around you? And if she ever had said the N-word around you, how would you feel about that? And or how do you even feel about her using that word at all, or even using the um the lynch word as well? We want your opinion on that situation because we know that was a big thing this season, and I just want to know how you feel about that.
Right. Yeah. Completely inappropriate. I don't agree with it. Not 1%. I don't condone that at all. I let her know this face to face because I was not aware that any of this had went down during filming. You know what I'm saying? To answer your question, has she said it around me? Looking back, I guess she had, because when she's performing, it's in her music. Now, here's the thing. I did not know Delicious like that. Watching the episode at Akeem's barbecue, I guess she said it out there and I was right there. But I don't know why it didn't click that, hold on, this girl is not black. And she done said nigga. It honestly did not click. And I think a part of that is because I know people of Mexican descent, not saying that it is right, who subconsciously think that because they hang around blacks, they date blacks, they grew up with blacks, that's all they know blacks, they don't have no Caucasian friends or anything like that, they think that they are black. You get what I'm saying? So I guess that's why it wasn't just blatant, and that would cause me to be like, this girl just said nigga, and I need to tell her. As opposed to if a white person was in the room and they said it and I'm cutting into it. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I hear it. So I think I really think that's why nobody said anything about it.
I can agree. And what I've sort of heard as a rebuttal whenever I have this conversation with, other people who are considered people of color, but they're not black, it's like they feel like the word nigga is an umbrella that encompasses everyone that's not white, which is not true.
Yeah,
which is not true.
Definitely don't agree with that, right?
If you put me next to someone who is Mexican and then next to someone who is Asian, if you put somebody that's what, they're not going to call the Mexican or the Asian person a nigga.
Absolutely.
They're going to call me. So that's why it's unique to our specific race.
Right.
Now, you can allow who you want to say around whom, but I tell my friends, like, don't say it around me because I cuss you out. But I don't even want you to get in the habit of saying it just around certain people because you say it around the wrong person, you get knocked out.
That's true. And you really can't take up for them in a situation where somebody would knock them out for saying it.
Because on the ground,
I know a lot of people who I've also had the same conversation with, and a lot of people that I know for a fact they're from up north, and there's a lot of there's a lot of Latino people that's up north, like in Jersey and New York, and a lot of people that's black people that's from New York. They're like, we grew around Latino people, and they've always said the N-word. We never had an issue with it. I don't understand that. But then again, I'm from Mississippi, and nobody that ain't black cannot say that fucking word around me, period. You cannot say that word around me, but because I just feel like this, at the end of the day, I'm black. Why would I call a Latino person a speak? If I say that to them, I'm being a racist. If I say the word speak to them. Exactly. Yeah, they can say it amongst each other, but I can't say that to them. So it's like
amongst each other though.
I don't even think they say that amongst each other. Yeah, that's right. I don't think they
Yeah,
even say. I can't see them. I can't see them calling each other spics. You know
like
what I
endearing.
mean?
Oh, I don't think so.
Like a term of endearment. They don't. So I know a lot of people use this argument. Well, if Delicious can't say it, then nobody else can say it. Bullshit to me. I feel like if you ain't black, you don't need to say it.
You can't tell
I
black
agree.
people what we can't use within our own culture if you aren't black. Like, you can personally not want to use it, but you can't police and dictate other people from using it. And I think because nigga's the only word that's in that category of derogatory words that has been sort of re uh, I guess remodeled and repurposed as a word that's used in popular culture, and it doesn't have as much of a negative connotation to it as it did in like the civil rights movement. So people are like, oh well, it's a word that's used in music now. People refer to it as like my friend, so it's cool now. And it's like, no, not for you.
Yes,
Exactly.
for us. That's just like with women. That's just like with women. Back in the Gap, Queen Latifah had a whole song about men calling women bitches.
Hmm.
They didn't even like for you, they didn't even like to be called bitches. But the more I got older, the more I hear other women calling each other bitches. But even now, if a man say the word bitch, then they're misogynistic, they're disrespectful, and I say the word bitch all the time. But
Right.
sometimes people feel like with bitch, just like nigga, it's the way you use it versus what it is. You
Right.
know.
And I think we in the I think the gay community and our
What, Jamar?
lingo. What?
Go ahead. Now I want Ike to finish your statement. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying. I think us in the gay community and our lingo has kind of had a hand in kind of okay in the use like bitch, yes, bitch, and you know what I'm saying?
That's true. And I've seen people take that argument and try to compare it to, well, if we can kind of make bitch like universal and, you know, everybody can use it as a term of endearment, why can't we use it for the word nigga? Because bitch
No,
doesn't have the historical, doesn't have the history that nigga has.
absolutely not.
Or I can use this one too. There's just like with some women, they be like, well, y'all can call us bitches, so why we can't say faggot? I don't call other
Again,
gay men. Uh, first of all, first
Yeah.
of all, first of all, I don't use that word. I don't use the word faggot to describe. I don't use that. I don't use the word as a term of endearment. Like I can't see myself coming up to Jamar and be like, "What's up, fag? What's up?" I can't.
Right. At
I
all.
would give you the meanest raised eyebrow. Like, bitch, what drug are you on?
Yeah, that word ain't going.
You cannot call me a faggot. You cannot call me a punk. You cannot call me neither one of those words. I don't like them. Don't call me a faggot. Don't call me a punk. Please don't.
Agreed. Agreed.
Sissy.
Queen, I don't call me it. Well, Jamar calls me a queen here and there.
Hey, look, I think I did it on his Facebook like 2 days ago.
You did. I said, I said a king. The caption said a king that's deserving of another king that does kingish shit like me. This bitch gonna come in and say dot dot queen. I'm like, you know what?
You were correcting him, Jamar?
I
Yes, he
was,
was
because he had,
correcting me.
a typo. That's all. It's fine. I corrected her. I corrected her.
I can't stand that bitch. Like, I really can't. Like,
Love you too, whore.
ugh. I can't stand this bitch.
Mind you, y'all look, don't sit here and believe like this man is just holier than thou. When he would sit there and screenshot, I'd be liking people's posts that have their shirts off, and he would sit there and screenshot and circle my damn name and call me a whore too. So you know what? It's
Wow.
fine.
Welcome
Don't
to the
try to play
club.
these games.
Welcome
Throw
to the
your rocks
club.
and hide your hands, bitch.
Welcome to the club. I've had my share of people calling me a whore. No answer.
But no. Since I did it to him, now he wants to turn around and do it to me when he see my name up there. Now he wants to turn around and pull a me on me. You can't do that.
The revenge. I get it.
He's
What?
a Scorpio. That's all they do. That's
Fair play.
all they do. He a Scorpio. That's what they do. They love to plot some revenge against somebody. That's all they do.
Listen, it is Scorpio season. We are in the uprising.
Hey.
Shout out to Devon. Happy birthday to Devon.
I know.
Happy birthday to Devon.
Oh, I gotta call him today.
My birthday is a week from today.
7 days.
Ooh, I'm gonna turn 30, child. Oh, got 7 more days in my 20s. Lord, let me get all my ignorant stuff out now in the next 7 days.
Look, one more week. Now.
I can't. It ain't gonna be no excuse no more.
Get it out your system.
I'm telling you.
I had my time for that. I'm over the line already. I'm 31. I'm over the damn line. So.
The 20s were cute.
I did want to ask this. I just thought about it since we talked about whether or not we determined whether or not it was a date or not between you and Redrick. So if you went out with Redrick and it wasn't a date, was what you and Tramel did a date or just in the same realm of what you were planning to do with Redrick?
That was a date. He actually asked me out on so he was instructed to do that. For the show, but that was in all of its awkwardness, a date.
It was awkward. It was horrifically awkward.
Yeah. I hate it. I hated watching that. I hate talking about it.
Because I watched both of you just worm through that and just navigate until it was over. You were making innuendos that made me want to rip my face off.
And so I'm like, okay, this is one of the first scenes where I'm like, this was like the second scene I ever shot. So I'm like, okay, here we go on a date. We got the big camera, you know what I'm saying? The lights, and we in this people looking at us. I've never been in that situation before. So I'm like, okay, we in a pastry shop, maybe say cakes to be funny or something like that. And I'm like, okay, I got to act like I'm talking to him. At times he's talking over me. I can't get a word in. We were there for like 2 hours. So I'm just like, nothing about it was natural. So I'm just like, Lord.
Because I think I probably mentioned that to him. I'm like, so y'all really do have this whole thing set up in this public place with these huge, because y'all was like light skinned under those lights. Like,
yes. And I'm just all out of my element. I'm like, Lord, what did I sign up for? This shit is going to be so cringeworthy.
And he was talking about, I like to eat cakes, and I'm just like,
I was like, come on, did I really fucking say that? What did I think
I was like, I just wanted to reach and grab you, just pull you off the screen just to save you from
Me
it.
too. Thank you.
Because it was...
Save me from myself. It was bad. It was bad. But, we are good girlfriends today.
So we see. You actually introduced him to his current boyfriend. So
I did. One of his boyfriends is his boyfriend is my brother. And that's the thing. People miss this too. By the next episode, I was calling Tramel my homegirl. So I don't know why it where we are now, episode 6 or whatever, 7, people is still saying, well, he talking to Tramel and Reggie. No. Y'all are not listening. But by that next episode, I was saying Tramel was my friend because we had decided that, hey, I just got a relationship. We ain't doing it. He friends on me, I friends on him. Hey, that's it. Sis, what's up? But people are missing that for some reason.
Because that's the storyline that's least amount of interesting. It's more interesting if you get home.
You're right.
Right.
Perfect.
Now, is it time for my messy ass game?
Uh-oh.
Yes, we might as well go there.
Okay, it's time for the mess. So let's talk about this messy ass game. Now, what we do here with this game is that we go down the list of the 20 million cast members that is on the show, and you get to describe them. Should we do it with one word this time, or just let him say what he thinks about each person?
I think you could say, I think it's challenging. The fun part is to come up with just the one word and then maybe choose why that one word.
Okay, that's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
First person I'm gonna name in the cast is Tramel. That's the easiest one to name. So I'm gonna name him first.
Yeah.
So describe him in one word and then tell us why you chose that word to describe him as.
I will say genuine. The reason I
Okay.
say genuine is because since the day I met him, um, he has not like put on for the cameras. He's just remained himself. And all of his decisions, all of his choices, and just knowing him as a friend now, he's genuine. You know, he never had to create a character for the cameras. He never wanted to see anybody do bad. You know what I'm saying? And even in what's coming up with, you know, the situation he'll deal with, he just remained himself. So just a very authentic person.
Ronan.
Love it.
I've played this game before. The only word I can say is
First one that comes to mind.
yeah, I'll say ballroom or vogue, because that's really the only thing. I didn't get a chance to get to know him because, you know, they were saying he didn't like me. So that's all I know. Only thing I know about him is that he's a part of ballroom culture.
Akeem.
Hilarious, and I probably don't even need to describe that.
You don't.
You really. And what makes
Hilarious.
it is like Akeem doesn't. I don't know if he's aware of why we're laughing at him.
It's
I-
so many layers,
I
so many layers of hilarity.
don't even think he knows why he's funny. Because I feel like he's dead ass serious, but I'm like, I can't take you. I cannot take what you're saying seriously.
Yeah, you can.
Oh gosh. Scotty, who's
Okay. Devon.
Hmm. I'm gonna say true. True. He's one of the realest people I've ever met. He stays he's true to himself, true to his hustle, true to his brand, true to his whatever he envisions that he wants to go after. He's crazy talented, a hustling ass person. He's just true. He's a real deal.
Charlie Exile.
I'm gonna say king or queen. Let me tell you why. Because in relation to his artistry, I see what he is doing. I see the vision. It's different. It's newfangled. It's neoteric. It's like outside of the box. And I do think if he markets himself the right way, that he can be like the next Santana or something. So I think he has a lot of potential. So that's why I say king or queen.
Four.
Four is entertaining. You know, even when you don't want to like him. Uh, he said that I'm boring a lot of times, but even when watching him in his confession, you're going to laugh. You're going, even if you don't like him, you're going to laugh. He's entertaining.
Why are you looking like that?
Jamar, what is your word?
I have nothing to say.
Oh my God.
This isn't about me. this is your interview, your moment to shine. I have nothing to say.
December.
I don't know if this is one word. This is two words. This is a letter and a word. G status. G status.
Interesting.
That's all he talk about.
Oh.
And I get it. He's made for reality TV, but he, as disconnected as he claims he is from G status, That's all my baby talk about. And it's crazy because I want him to win because I can see how bad he wanted it. G status, yeah, reality, G status.
Okay.
Didn't see that coming.
Who's next? Because there's a lot of y'all. Delicious.
I would say human. Human. Just because, she made a mistake. I think eventually she learned how deep that mistake was and had to go through something herself, that she probably didn't think she would have to go through, like death threats and just being shunned by a gay, not only the gay community, but the Black community. And that's the people that you associate yourself with. But at the end of the day, she's human. And she has to figure out what to do to get back on the right track.
Okay. Damn, it's so many of y'all.
Sherrod.
Yeah, Sherrod. I almost forgot about him, Sherrod.
Sherrod, I'm going to say endearing. I have a soft spot for Sherrod because I studied, I'm going too deep. I studied social work and behavioral health. Something is wrong there. He's a sweetheart. It's like I feel sorry for him. I have a soft spot for him because I know what he's trying to do, but it's just I think mentally it's so much up there that needs to be decluttered and rearranged. I'm a sucker for like helping people, and I think he's damaged mentally. So I have a soft spot for him.
Redrick.
I would say pretty, and we know why I say that because he's pretty.
Should I even say this name? I don't think
Might
nobody
as
really
well.
cares. Huh?
Might as well.
What's that dude's name?
Well,
Was it
we done.
Zion? What's that?
You said Zion?
That's why I said, does it matter if I say the name?
Oh, that's
That's
what
why
I
I asked.
say. I
Yeah,
mean, one, two,
Zion.
because I got two more.
Somebody said his name King. I said Pipes. I used the word Pipes because I heard him sing one time at a karaoke and was surprised he did Prince. And he did Prince justice, so I was surprised that he could sing Pipes.
Our guy.
Typical. And this is why I say typical. Because she's been saying that I'm the most boring person on the cast. But when you think about it, what's really groundbreaking about a nigga who throw on a wig and makeup, hollering out gay lingo in every scene to the top of his lungs? Like, is that groundbreaking? What's entertaining about that? How am I boring? Like, what you are the token gay on any show that you see on mainstream TV with a gay person. Like, what's so groundbreaking about that?
7 whole days.
All you really been doing is cleaning up behind Charlie and hollering out period and yes and every like what have you done that's just so entertaining?
7 whole nights.
Let me tell you, you ain't said nothing but a word because I thought to myself, I'm like, all of his stuff, or at least storyline wise, is a stem from someone else, like secondhand, indirectly from someone else.
I
It's
was
like,
wondering, was anybody watching the show with me?
His fight with Delicious is a stem from Argyle, or not from Charlie. His issue with you is a stem from you and Redrick's thing.
You see what I'm saying? So you playing cleanup. He done came out with a song called Made, M-A-D-E, but he misspelled it. It should have been M-A-I-D because all he do is clean up behind Charlie. Yeah. So I like being boring when compared to something like that. Typical is the word.
Honey.
So I think if we've gotten everybody else, I have one last person I want him to give me a word for.
I'm pretty sure we think about the same person.
Mm-hmm. Lando.
The word is perfect.
Oh, do tell.
I say perfect because at some point I was just like, okay, I don't want a relationship. You know what I'm saying? I'm done with it. I suffered a tragic heartbreak and I'm done with it. I don't have the energy from it. I don't have the energy for it. But, you know, he literally came along, y'all. And just knowing him as a friend was able to break through those barriers and just who he is in spirit and in character. And he is just an incredible boy. Like, he's spirit led, you know what I'm saying? He's very godly. Loves his family, loves his mother. We just connected on he's like the one of the best things I did not know I needed. So it's just perfect for me in this season. Perfect is the word.
Oh, that is so sweet. Oh, I ain't heard nothing like that about me in so long.
I'm still waiting.
He's a good guy. He really is.
And if you setting up
Before we go,
stupid shit, you know.
listen, before we go any further, if anyone in the chat room has any questions for Ike, please ask them now. I will put them on the screen if you have any questions for him. But we're going to continue on with our conversation with Ike until you guys come up with any questions. Be sure to put it in the chat room. I will put them at the forefront and we will ask and he will give an answer if he can give an answer, child. But he's been very honest, like I asked him to be his entire interview.
And we appreciate you've answered everything that we want to know.
I swear to God, you have. Now, what we want to know as they're getting ready to give their questions out, if they have any, what are you expecting from this reunion that I'm so terrified to go to?
You terrified to go? I'm really expecting. It's so, I can't keep up with it. I'm so not attached to this show when the episode is not on. But these girls are going live every day, talking about tearing each other apart. For some reason, I'm thinking Sherrod is gonna get in a fight with who I don't know. Are you talking about with me?
You
I don't
said
know.
it.
The only thing I don't know. Like, don't start none, won't be none. I'm going there with the same energy I have in this interview, spitting the facts and correcting the shit. You know what it looked like, but I'm gonna tell you what it actually is. And that's just it. Like, I'm looking forward to having a conversation with Redrick on camera just to kind of clarify it, because I know he knows what the truth is and he is a truthful person. So I can't hold back the truth.
Do you think you're gonna get in? I don't think you're gonna get into no physical altercation. I don't see that. But who do you think you're going to have a verbal altercation with at this reunion?
If I had to pick a person, it probably would be our guy. You know what I'm saying? Just based on what's to come in these next couple episodes. And I know she's still going to be trying to push back that narrative. But I mean, unless you get a badass Photoshopper, uh, I just don't know how I don't know how he's going to be able to bring that narrative like into reality. The real, like, how is that going to be true? It'll never be true. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So we have some questions here. Let me start off with the first question from Brandon Hudson. And the question is, are we going to get an EP or an album?
That's a good question. No time soon, because I'm the type of artist that pays attention to the market. So right now in music, specifically R&B, the market is catered to a hit song. You get what I'm saying?
Mm.
So me as a local artist that nobody knows, nobody is demanding me right now. Nobody knows me. So I'm not going to put out a body of work. My goal is to continue to produce produce singles, hoping that they'll catch on and be a hit. Like, I always use like Dondria, whatever that song she had, El Varner, Refill, Lil Nas X, Old Town Road. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They were able to put out those songs. They turned into hits, and now you have that demand that wants that album, wants that EP. So I'm being strategic like that.
So would you include, like, let's say for example, you don't get the demand that you want until maybe like 2 years from now. Would you include songs that you put out today on the upcoming record, or would you only put the hit along with new material that you make?
I probably at that point I would probably, because I'm getting old. At that point, I would probably just do all new stuff. Yeah, because I'm scared of the clutter. Like I got friends from back home who like saying, yeah, I got this is my fourth album I'm about to put out, but ain't nobody can name like one song off of any of them. So it's just like, what's the point? I don't want my goal when I started this and when I took it serious, like I don't want to just make music that my friends and my family enjoy. I want to have global influence at one point. So I'm being very strategic and paying attention to the market.
Okay. Next question from Belize is: would you ever do another web series after G Status?
Oh Lord, y'all want to see my boring ass on another like? So a different web series. Would I ever do another web series? I can't say that I would not. It would have to make sense for me business-wise. Because this whole G Status has become like about social shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a social experiment. Let's just put these 15 people together and build a story on how they connect. I didn't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? And you didn't see, I had so much going on. I had a tribute to Sammy and Selena Johnson that's not gonna get shown. I sung for a wedding. I flew to Houston and did a sock launch and was a featured vendor at one of the biggest sneaker summits in the nation. But that's been overshadowed by people fucking somebody's boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. If it makes sense, I would.
I mean, you're not wrong, but actually, you know what? You never got to mention, your sock business. I thought you mentioned it earlier in your story. Can you tell us more about that, or is that still ongoing?
Yeah, it's still a thing. After I went on Wheel of Fortune in 2015, basically, and I ended up winning the show, I was like, what can I do with this prize money? So I decided to invest in myself. In 2016, I've always liked crazy socks, so I basically started my own sock business because I knew somebody who did shirts, knew somebody who did bow ties, knew somebody who did belts, and was a shoe plug. But I was like, socks aren't on the market, so I've been doing that since 2016. Rebranding every year, and it's been doing well.
Awesome.
I think we already asked this one pretty much, and he pretty much
Yeah.
said no.
Romantic interest.
Um,
No, Tatiana. I
the
don't.
next Here's the next one. I had to do this just to be messy. Which cast member is the biggest liar?
Which cast member is the biggest liar? Boy, they got some liars on here, huh? Um, in my experience, I would just have to say our guy.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Like, I feel like I just hear it coming.
I have to. You will not make any moves through our clique. No, baby, I won't. He's been in my DMs. Yeah, rooting you on, but not on no crazy shit. It's just the lies. The lies. The lies.
The lies. So I can't let you be here and be in the profession that you're in and have you not sing a part of your single for us, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Don't be like Erica. Don't be like Erica Mena at the Love and Hip Hop reunion when Mona asked her ass to sing and she wouldn't sing.
Oh no. If you could really do it, it ain't no hesitation. You're just gonna do it. So of course I can. Let's see what's
Hold on, wait, let me get my drums.
Yo, what?
I was like, hold on, let me get my drums to sling at the screen.
Hilarious. Yes, let's see. Man, I can't even concentrate. Let's see. I thought we'd be together. Started too high. Loving on each other until forever. But I opened up my eyes one day and realized I lost my baby. I wish you were here, loving me, touching me when it gets rough for me, baby. Yeah.
Lovely. Tell me you're going to do that at the reunion. Are you going to get you to perform your song at the reunion?
Thank you so much. Yes, I am.
Nice. So that was the preview. Hopefully they show the full at the taping of the reunion, whenever that comes on YouTube.
Right, 2020. Yeah.
But that's so dope. Thank you so much for your blessing us with your gift.
Of course.
Thank you, God.
No problem.
Hold on,
I'm finding me a man one day that can sing like this.
Boy, come on.
Look, I already know what the deal is. You know, he's one of my G status husbands, so it ain't even nothing new.
I love that. I really appreciate
it.
Fuck you. All right.
Bitches can't take the truth, baby. They can't take the truth.
I see through your lies.
You been finna say that.
Oh, this whore. I can't. I cannot.
You wouldn't be able to. What would you do without me, Jamar? What would you like? What would you do? Like, you already got me going to this damn reunion. You know I'm scared of the corona.
And you're welcome. Okay, and you are welcome.
Shit, I already scared of the corona shit. I'll be looking at anybody that cough. I'm gonna be looking at you like,
okay, like you got me here.
Look, you already got tested. You're negative. Just get tested when you come back. You'll be fine.
Just know, I ain't taking that mask off now one fucking time. I don't give a damn. We taking pictures with people, and I ain't taking it off.
I don't blame you.
I'm very curious to see who's going to host this thing, though. That I do want to know.
Me too.
Because
you don't even know?
No,
nobody
knows.
I don't know. Well, King Kane said that somebody told him. This is what he said. I did an interview with him last week, or was it this week? Oh, 2 days ago, I think. And he said he heard that whoever it is, it's going to be gag worthy. But my problem with gag worthy is you get a big name who hasn't watched the show, and just the right questions ain't gonna be asked. And see, I'm gonna get on there and ask my own questions and answer them bitches too, just so I could provide the clarity that I need to. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That reminds me of when T.S. Madison hosted that reunion, and it was just like, okay, baby, she didn't watch it. She didn't watch the season.
She was just giving like the cliff notes of what everybody said about each other, and that was pretty much it.
And how they prepped her probably the day before, the day of. So I hope it's
let me ask you this then. Because there are a couple of us that do review the show, who do you think, in your opinion, should host the reunion, and whoever it is, do you think that it should be the people that do commentary on the show that actually watch the show? This is basically a combination of both. So what you think?
I definitely do. Even in the middle of the season, it's so crazy that you say that, because I was already thinking about the reunion as I'm becoming familiar with like the reviewers in the Just Us League. I actually sent a message to Ja. I was like, "Oh my God, Ja, somebody from the Just Us League. I probably still got this text message. Should host this show. Like they literally pay attention. They hit every point, and I think it makes all the sense. Like somebody who's reviewing it in depth. Like sometimes y'all reviews be like over an hour long, and you get wrapped up and bring so many points. So I think that's clear enough that y'all would know every angle to discuss, every question to ask, and just all of the details that all of the fans and the people who support the show will want to know. So that's my pick, but I'm just one person. I do agree with that.
It makes the most sense to us because, child, I mean, the big names can bring in the viewers, but it's just like, how good, like, how much to the nitty gritty are they really gonna get? You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, it's like okay, it's okay to have a gag worthy moment, but just think about the consensus of the show. Like you can have a gag worthy moment, like have somebody come on the show and it's somebody that you would never think would come. But why not give, and I don't want this to sound like we are bitching or hating or anything like that. But I hate how us underdogs just get, I just feel like the underdog should be the one to do it because the underdog actually pay attention. These big
I agree.
names that you get, and they do not pay it. They probably don't even watch the show.
That part. That's my exact thoughts. And I always said, even like watching before I was actually on the show, if the producer of the show, like, because I know what's his name, Karan, he
Yeah.
hosts the come up, which makes all the sense. Like, it's your show. You see shit off camera and on camera, and get to watch what you produce. So that's the type of a person you will want to be the host. So I agree with you. If it was up to me, it would be a reviewer.
I mean, we're standing right here, completely available and in attendance. You know,
Oh
not
shit!
here.
Listen,
I'm not mad.
Jamar, the people might think we're boring, child.
Nah, y'all
They might think we're boring.
definitely not.
Listen, they might think that only because we don't have the biggest numbers, but the content speaks for itself. Did you enjoy yourself, Ike?
I did, and I'm so grateful to have shared with you all today. No, I'm really delighted because I watch y'all. Like, I watch y'all every time we have an episode, and it's something that I was having this conversation with Tremel. Like, was it Tremel? It might not have been Tremel. Lando, and it's something that y'all do not have to do. It actually shocked me because it kind of, once I was thrown into the world, I pay attention to everything. I pay attention to how I connect with people from other shows now, and I paid the reviews of people I started paying attention to, and I'm just like, oh my god, they literally commit to this. And I remember when a lot of reviewers were mad when the episodes wouldn't come out on time, and I get it because you rearrange your schedule for this, and in intrinsically it helps our show. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it's like you're taking time out of your schedule to expand our reach. So if nobody has ever told you that, I appreciate y'all leaning into us. It means the world to have you to do that. Even sharing, even me on your platform now for an hour and 38 minutes. Like, I appreciate that. Somebody who's not familiar with me may follow me back to Instagram, and that may translate into a purchase, a transaction, a stream. You get what I'm saying? So I get it, I understand it, and I really appreciate y'all.
And to
Absolutely.
piggyback off of what Jamar is saying, as far as when he said, we may not have the biggest numbers. I don't really know many people that review this show that got the biggest numbers.
True, but I'm thinking like just in general, like all of our content isn't like just spewing thousands and thousands and thousands of views. Like our G status specific stuff does well in comparison to other reviewers. Because I do just kind of Google and see like what other kind of content creators for the show that we have, and most of them are the Justice League. I don't think I've seen too many, maybe one or two people that do it outside of that group, and it's like we're the highest rated ones,
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
surprising. That shocked me. I did
Yeah.
not. That shocked me that those like, wow, y'all actually give a damn, huh?
right. And I think you said that.
That's the
You said that on one of your, because Scotty introduced you to this show. You said, right?
Mm-hmm.
And once you started doing, yeah, I remember you saying that in one of your. See, I watch y'all for real. So
Hey, and you know what? I love y'all. And Tremel watched me, and I was really surprised because at the first, I told him to myself, I was like, Tremel, I did not care for you that first season. And going to the second season, I'm like, child, why is he here? And
and you know
then,
what? This is a good, I can say this too because it's been conversation the last couple of days, and I think that sometimes we're as reviewers of the show, while some of the cast members may like it, there's some that may not, and some feel like um I don't know. I think that sometimes people feel like we're looking at it from a biased standpoint. And for me, I'm really looking at it from what I actually see. I don't have to like someone to give them their props. I know that there have been talk about, well, they have favorites. I think that when you watch a show, you're gonna have favorites. When you watch any
It's
show, you're
designed
gonna
that
have favorites. Yeah, you're gonna have favorites. You're gonna have people you don't like. You're gonna have people that you love to hate. You're gonna have that on certain shows. And when I review the web series like G Status or Chasing Atlanta, any of them, I always make a point to say, because it's not like it's a love and hip hop or something like that. Y'all can actually reach us. Them motherfuckers don't
way.
care enough to reach any of us. So I always say when I review these shows, don't take it personal. I don't know y'all or
Hmm.
nothing like that. I'm only reviewing this show. I'm reviewing what I see. I'm giving my opinion, and this is all entertainment. Don't take it personal. My opinion of you may change if I interview you or if we talk outside of the show. I have never really built any type of personal connection with anybody outside of these shows except for Kane. Because Kane was the very first person that I ever interviewed. And I actually interviewed him in person. He was the first
Hmm.
person I interviewed on the very first season of Chasing Dallas. And we had a friendship after the fact. So he's the only person I've ever established any type of connection outside of their show. And even I've had to read him too. And he didn't give a damn. He knew I was
Right,
going to keep it all the way 100.
right.
So I feel people should not get into their feelings about what we say in our reviews. Because just like we may be dragging you, people drag us too, little do you know.
Hmm. Right.
Like,
I
we
get
get
that.
dragged.
Yeah.
Like, especially being that I review shows like other shows outside this, like Love and Hip Hop, and I review The Housewives, or I talk about celebrity gossip. If I say something about somebody fame, oh, they drag me.
Yeah.
But they can't really drag me too much now because I ain't got nothing for them to drag about no more since I got some new teeth put in my mouth. They can't drag me no more, but that's another
Yes, come on, T gang.
story.
You know what? Look, I think we've all had some dental work done because I had braces for about 2 years. I know Ike used to wear braces. He done got his teeth fixed. Baby, it is an
That
investment
time.
worthwhile.
Period.
Yes, it is. Okay, like
And I just want to piggyback off of that. I think the full circle moment is when you do this right here. Invite me. If it looks crazy, you report on it and you review it. Oh, bitch, this look crazy. But the fact that you give me an opportunity to tell you why it looks crazy, that's what it's all about. So thank you for giving me a chance to come and let y'all know why it's looking crazy.
and
Because
Because
that
it,
is
now that
the
y'all
that
know
is
me
it did
going
look
forward,
crazy.
huh?
It
It,
did look crazy.
it looks crazy.
yes, it is.
But now y'all know why. So when it,
This,
yeah, just know Ike after this. Ike somewhere waiting to let a bitch know why it look crazy, especially with me. So
and we love it. Thank you again so much for coming up on our platform, Mr. Ike. We will see you next weekend. We're so
yes,
excited.
hit me up. What y'all doing? Y'all, if y'all go out to eat or something, I'm gonna come through. I'm gonna pop up.
I will
I'm
be sure to have my
nervous.
mask on.
I'm gonna bring my mask, Scotty, and my sanitizer and thermometer, all of that.
Not the
And
thermometer.
my negative COVID result from Georgia State, whatever you need.
Okay.
I hate to be like that, but
You have to.
Jesus, like the fact that I came in close quarters with this shit already, and I had to take a test, and the test is, oh Jesus,
Mm-hmm.
I hate it. That test is the worst.
I just trust
That
me. I'm
test
gonna
is the
have
worst.
a couple in my purse when I come to that reunion.
My last check was short because I had to sit off of work until I got my damn test results back. This
See
is
what I'm saying?
nasty.
Affecting our livelihood. When it affect the coin, you got to take it serious.
Okay, shoot. That's why we never got to. That's why we're still doing this on the YouTube platform because we were about to have a whole ass podcast. But
we were supposed to have a whole podcast months
when
ago. A
this whole
whole
thing
podcast.
started, my management HR was kind of looking at us like, some of y'all ain't gonna be here in a couple of months. We don't know who yet, so I'm just like.
Yes, indeed.
Listen, Jamar was like, we might have to put. Jamar was like, we might got to put a pencil in this right quick.
Right.
So I came up with the idea to do the lives or whatever, and we got a good response from it because at the end of the day, me and Jamar have been friends. We met on here, as a matter of fact. If you didn't know, we met on here. And we've been friends for 7 years. So it's kind of like it works. We're different, but the same, I guess.
I don't like this whole.
Bitch, please. Yes, you do. You know you do. That's why I'm here. So, but it works, and people. I guess the main thing that people say is the whole banter and the genuine friendship. That's the biggest thing that people say.
I love it. It's the
So
chemistry. Yeah.
So
we did it.
we did it. So you are our second, I think, official interview that we've had on this platform.
Yes,
So
you are.
we're trying to get our feet wet since we're still new. We're trying to make sure our guest is comfortable. They've had a good time.
I had a great time.
So hey, that's all we care about. I think we're gonna end this here. If you want to stay backstage with us for about maybe 5 minutes or so, just to unwind and talk about anything else, you're free to do so. Unless you have to hit it, I understand that too.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on the move, but I got a couple minutes to spare.
All right, awesome.
All right,
I
then.
didn't see none of the comments, but anybody who's showing love, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all. We appreciate the support.
Oh yeah, I was watching. They said they really like you. They're gonna try to stream your stuff.
Yeah,
Somebody else
they say you.
draws.
Yeah, you singing people at their draws. Yes, you are. Mm-hmm.
y'all funny.
But but we really do appreciate Ike for coming on tonight. We appreciate everybody that watched tonight, and yeah, we had a great time tonight. If anybody don't know by now, let me do the shameless plug. Tomorrow night I'll be back again. It won't be a prelude episode tomorrow, but I'll be back again with Terrence and Bubs the God. We'll be interviewing Prince from the Come Up Miami. So yes, I'm doing 2 interviews this week. Jesus.
I'm gonna be tuning in.
A working girl.
Working child. Working. But with that being said, y'all, this is
I was gonna say the last plug is we have raised just over $400 for our GoFundMe. Shout out to y'all. We're about a third into our goal. God is good. Amen. So if y'all want to come, support us, if y'all want to give me something for my birthday, please. If they want to, baby, because otherwise, child, I'm just saying that would make me happy.
I'm gonna leave out. I'm gonna go backstage.
All right, baby. We'll see you back there.
Thank y'all.
All right, you guys, and that is it. And we had a great time tonight. Are we gonna do the prelude next week? You're gonna be gone.
Probably not.
Okay, so
It'll be my birthday next week. So
be that as it may. We're gonna take another break this week, being that it is Jamar's birthday. We won't be seeing him. Because I will. Y'all, we won't be doing a prelude episode next week because it is Jamar's birthday. He will not be home. He'll be in Atlanta already by the time I get there. Anyhow. And because I did take out Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, I have to work on Wednesday anyway. So it wouldn't work out for us to do a prelude episode any goddamn way. So, yeah. With that being said, everybody, me and Jamar are signing out.
bye, you guys.
And we're out of here. Peace out. Let me make